So hi everyone. Today we are going to do a two GUI based questions. So the first question is this: design a student registration form with two JFrames. Then choose JFrame. First JFrame allows user to enter data using various Java string controls such as text box, radio button, checkbox, dropdown. Once the button is checked, click gather the data and display the details in the second frame. So the main aim of the question is that there will be one display. In that frame, they will ask for the details of the person or anything they needed. They will then gather the details and they will show in another display what all are the details we are given, what all are that they will show. So we can now go to the coding part of this question. So this is the coding coming. Here import java.c is used for the GUI question. So the student registration program is a simple Java string application designed to collect and display a user's basic details in a graphic form. The program creates a window using JFrame. Using JFrame, we'll create a window. In JFrame, inside JFrame, we will be using every labels and everything in JFrame because the display we are seeing as the output is made by the JFrame, made with the help of JFrame. So where users can type their name, select their gender, choose font models like they like, and pick a color from a drop-down list. The layout, the layout used here is a grid layer that neatly arranges all the components in rows and columns. Labels like name, gender, model, color guide the user will, while JText file allows name input. So the JText file is a blank box type layout there where we can type our name or anything that we need. So in this case, we need to give our details. So yeah, for example, we can give our name, or example, we can give our age, where our date of birth like that, we can give that. So it is coming in JText field. So allows name input. Next is the J radio button. Radio button. Radio button is a small circle type button. Uh, Help select gender. Male it selects gender if you are male or female. If you select male, then female will be unselected. If you select female, then male will be unselected. Like that, it will work. So next is the checkbox to check whether the things are working properly. For example, what will I say? If you need to check something and the checkbox is not ticked, if you check, then if you tick, that means you have checked it. If you're making a to-do list, it will be very useful when you're making a to-do list, the J checkbox. So let's multiple mobile models be chosen. The color is selected using a J combo box. So the color is selected using J combo box. This one, the J combo box we are using to select a color. So let's the color is selected, so which shows a list of options such as black, white, blue, etc. When the user clicks the save button, the program collects all the chosen details, processes them, and open a new window called display frame. So the second display, which shows the complete details that have gathered from is called display frame. Display frame. The second window neatly shows the enter name, gender, selection models, and color. It also contains an OK button that closes the display window. The program. The program demonstrates important JavaScript features such as component grouping, event handling using action listener, and GUI layout management. It is a perfect example of how to build interactive forms using Java and how to respond to user input dynamically. Overall, it is a simple yet effective project for learning the basics of graphical user interface programming. So this is a simple GUI based code we are using here. So we are using the main things we are using is JFrame, JText, and JRadio box, JCheck button, JFrame, JText box. Yeah, this all are the main things we are using in this. So the code coming here, the code is here. So the JFrame, it will implement what all things the box, the display it will implement the JText field, the name field which we should write or think. For that we'll use JText field, the J radio button to check whether male or female. Uh, J check post to check what the things. Here in the case Apple, Samsung, Redmi, OnePlus. These all are the famous mobile brand. In this, which brand which we like most, we can just pick by that, like that we use the so the combo box to choose the color. If example, if you need to choose if example you are taking if there is a age box right there, and the age which is given us that not is our age, we need to change our age. So beside that, we will give arrow, small arrow that will show the plenty of ages, not plenty the number which we can change to the age range. The range of there will be plenty of age of ranges. So that we can give. Okay. So that is what the Java buttons to save button. So the public student registration. So set title. and this is for the size of the display that should show, and the grid layout new default. So J label is the label for the display. So it mainly it's the J frame will input will be J label means to be the interface, the friendly interface is mainly made of the J label. So this all are coming, and the model panel dot add say button, the add model panel. So this all are mainly the code for this. So now we are going to the next question. So the next question is design a Java string GUI application to add, subtract, multiply, and divide two numbers by getting the input through text boxes and display the result in the message box on button click event. So this is mainly adding a small GUI calculator. Normally in our phones there are many calculators. So we the small base of that calculus we are creating in this. Okay. So now we are going to the code. So, so this is the code for the calculator. Okay. But one more thing, I'm very sorry to say that I have not shown you the output of the first one. So I'll show you at last with this together. Okay. Now we are going to sync calculator. So the sync calculator program is a basic arithmetic calculator built using Java Sync library. It creates a user-friendly window where two numbers can be entered and the user can perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division by clicking the respective button. So the main class extends JFrame to create the window and implements action listener to handle button clicks. And that is the action word called action listener. Action listener. Action listener to handle the button clicks we are using action listener. Inside the window, JLabel commands are used to name the input field as number one and number two with JText field. Allows users to type their values. Four buttons labeled add, subtract, multiply, and divide are created using J button, and a grid layout arranges all components neatly in rows and columns. When the user clicks a button, the action perform method detects which button was clicked and performs the corresponding operation. The program was pairs double to convert the text input into numeric form of calculation. That is the uh, main attribute we are using in this double dot pairs double to convert the string value, no, the integer value into the form numeric form for calculator. Sorry, it's like mistake. Text form to a numeric value we are using this mainly. And the user enters invalid data or tries to divide by zero, the program displays an appropriate warning message using the option pane. The final result in also shows through a pop-up message box. This calculator not only demonstrates basic arithmetic operations, but also shows how to handle user interactions, perform input validation manage, and layout and display results in JavaSync. It's a clear practical example of combining logic with GUI design to make a functional list of applications. So this is the small calculator's code coming in this testing is there the JText field which we are discussing the last one. The same thing. There's no difference mainly in this. Only we are using the same attributes in this and just making changes in the code. A slight changes. If you know the attributes, we can do the code very easily. Now I'll show the output of this thing. I will show the first this one, then I will show the last the previous ones. Okay. So I'm running this code right now. So now I got a display like this, which is created by the J frame and the J labels. J labels are for the labels we are using J label. So now, for example, I ended here 20, and in the next step I ended as 10. So now I add, then it will come in another display to show the value 30. So when I subtract it, it should show 10. Now it shows 10. So multiplied, it should show 200. 200 divide, it should show. So this is how the calculator works. Now, so we can go to the previous one, the previous words. So here is the previous one. Yeah. So they are asking for a personal detail. So I'm, for example, I'm giving a name like John. John. Then I'm giving gender as male, and the model I'm giving right now as Apple, and the color I will give as blue. Now it does I save. So the display came. So the details came in another display by telling what all the things we are given, gathering the information. So this is how the two GUI questions working. No, GUI based is working. It's mainly there's some attributes. the if you know the attributes, we can do the code very easily. So this is how we are doing. So thank you. Have a nice day. Have a good day.